Your blood sugar is regulated by insulin, a hormone that moves sugar to muscle, fat, and liver cells to be stored for later use. Insulin is calibrated by the amount of blood sugar there is, but what if the insulin doesn't transport sugar as it's supposed to? Diabetes is a disease where the blood sugar level in your blood is too high. This happens because your body can't produce enough insulin. When we eat, glucose levels rise, and insulin is released into the bloodstream. The insulin acts like a key, opening up cells so they can take in sugar and use it as an energy source. Having too much glucose in your blood for an extended period of time can lead to serious health effects and life-ranging, all the way from heart disease to nerve damage. The real problem of diabetes isn't your blood, but your pancreas's lack of ability to produce highly functional or any insulin. There are two types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. Only about 5 to 10% of people that have diabetes have type 1. In type 1, our body's immune system destroys all cells that release insulin, stopping insulin production. Insulin is needed for our bodies to absorb glucose and produce energy, so insulin production being stopped is not good for the body at all. In type 2, our bodies cannot use insulin correctly, which is called insulin resistance. The pancreas makes less insulin as it gets worse, which is called insulin deficiency. Type 1 cannot be prevented and will develop at an early age. Type 2 usually shows in adulthood, and there are no episodes of low blood sugar unlike type 1. So who gets type 2 diabetes? 1 in 10 adults aged 20 to 44 develop diabetes. Well, 1 in 4 over the age of 45 develop diabetes. Diabetes most commonly appears in males over 45 years old, as reported cases in 2012 for ages 45 to 64 was over 892,000, which was more than 20 to 44-year-olds and 65-plus-year-olds combined. Hispanics, African Americans, Asian Americans, Indian Americans, and Pacific Islanders are twice as likely to develop type 2 diabetes than Caucasians. Children who are overweight for their age group or height can also develop type 2. Some risk factors are not genetic, however. Environmental risk factors are risk factors that are in a person's control and that they can change and prevent. An example of an environmental risk factor for a middle-aged male would be his diet. An unhealthy diet where a large quantity of refined carbohydrates are consumed. These foods are usually fast food items or sweets that are not found in nature that lead to abnormal digestion and absorption. Another risk factor for type 2 diabetes is very limited exercise. Movement helps to control your weight, uses glucose as energy, and makes cells more sensitive to insulin. One other environmental risk factor is stress. Under stress, only the cells that are used in the flight response are able to receive insulin, whereas all the other cells become resistant. In conclusion, type 2 diabetes is a very common disease that many people have to deal with. If someone finds out they have the disease or have a high chance of contracting it, a fit and healthy lifestyle can help decrease the chances and effect of type 2 diabetes.